Have you ever met someone and thought, I just can't figure this person out? Well, what if I told you that you can? Because people actually give away more than they realize. Their tone, posture, eyes, word choice, even how they pause, all reveal what's happening in their mind. Today, we're diving into 10 powerful mind tricks to read people like a book, backed by psychology, body language science, and human behavior research. By the end of this video, you'll see people in a way most others never will. The eyes never lie. There's a reason people say the eyes are the windows to the soul. When you talk to someone, pay attention to where they look. Studies from the University of Chicago show that eye movements are directly linked to emotional processing, meaning they literally reveal what the person's brain is doing. If someone maintains steady but soft eye contact, they're confident and engaged. If they avoid your gaze, they might be nervous, lying, or disinterested. But here's a key detail most people miss. When people look up and to the left, they're often recalling a real memory. When they look up and to the right, they may be constructing or imagining something, possibly even fabricating details. Of course, this isn't foolproof. It's just one cue. Always combine it with others you'll learn later. The 7-second first impression rule. Psychologists at Princeton found that we form impressions of others in as little as a tenth of a second. And what's even crazier, those snap judgments tend to stick. So when you meet someone, notice how they react to you in those first few seconds. Their micro-expressions, their stance, their handshake, or even how their face changes when you approach. It reveals their subconscious evaluation of you. Confidence, attraction, curiosity, or discomfort. I once met someone at a networking event who smiled but subtly leaned away while shaking hands, and instantly I knew they weren't really open to conversation. That first second told me more than the entire 5-minute chat. Listen to their speech pattern. Here's a secret. How people talk often tells you what they feel, not just what they mean. For example, fast talkers may be anxious or excited. Slow, deliberate speakers tend to be thoughtful or dominant. Hesitant speech often signals uncertainty or lack of confidence. And tone matters too. Research from UCLA found that 38% of communication impact comes from tone, not words. If someone's tone rises slightly when answering a serious question, that could be discomfort or defensiveness creeping in. So next time you're talking to someone, don't just hear their words, feel their rhythm. This one's wild, because it's the body part people control the least. Our feet tend to point where we want to go. If someone's feet are pointed toward you during a conversation, they're engaged. If they're pointed toward the door, even if they're smiling, they probably want to leave. It's an unconscious behavior most people never notice. Try watching people at a party or in a meeting. You'll instantly see who's genuinely interested and who's waiting for their escape. 5. Mirroring, the subconscious connection. Have you ever noticed that when two people get along, they start copying each other's gestures? That's called mirroring, and it's one of the clearest signs of rapport. When someone mirrors your posture, speech pace, or facial expressions, it's their subconscious saying, I like you, I trust you. A study from the Journal of Nonverbal Behavior found that people who mirrored were perceived as more likable and persuasive. So if you're trying to gauge whether someone feels comfortable around you or even build trust, watch for mirroring. And here's the trick. Subtly mirror them back. It amplifies connection instantly. 6. The pause principle. When people pause before answering, pay attention. That small gap can mean hesitation, calculation, or emotional control. For instance, if you ask someone, are you okay? And they wait a second too long before replying, I'm fine, odds are they're not fine. Pauses also reveal power dynamics. Confident people tend to be comfortable with silence. They don't rush to fill it. If someone speaks rapidly or over-explains, they might be seeking approval or hiding discomfort. The pause is often louder than the words. Emotional leakage, micro-expressions. Even when we try to hide our feelings, our faces betray us for just a fraction of a second. Psychologist Paul Ekman, who studied micro-expressions for decades, found that fleeting facial expressions, sometimes lasting only 1/25th of a second, reveal genuine emotions like anger, fear, or disgust before the person can mask them. Here's how you spot it. When someone says something neutral, watch their face for a split second afterward. Did their eyebrows tighten? Did their lips twitch or nostrils flare? That's emotional leakage. Once you learn to spot it, you'll start seeing the truth behind people's words constantly. 8. The comfort versus tension scan. One of the simplest yet most effective tricks. Observe tension versus relaxation. When someone feels comfortable, their body opens up, arms uncrossed, shoulders relaxed, palms visible. When they're uncomfortable, defensive, or hiding something, they close off, arms folded, neck stiff, jaw tight. It's not about labeling someone as lying, it's about reading emotional state. You're essentially asking, is this person at ease right now, or are they guarding something? The words they avoid. Sometimes what people don't say is the biggest clue. If someone dodges specifics, for example, I handled it instead of I called and fixed it, they might be covering details. Similarly, people who repeat your question before answering, did I finish the report? Yeah, I did, are often buying time to construct a response. Listen not just to what's said, but also to what's missing. As FBI behavioral experts often note, liars add unnecessary detail but skip emotional depth. 10. Trust your gut. It's subconscious pattern recognition. This might surprise you, but your gut instinct isn't magic. It's data. Your brain processes over 11 million pieces of information per second, but only about 40 reach conscious awareness. So that uneasy feeling you get around someone, it's your subconscious detecting subtle patterns, tone shifts, facial microtensions, body energy, and warning you. Trust that instinct. Often, your body notices the truth before your mind has time to explain it. So, those are 10 mind tricks to read people like a book. It's not about judging others or playing detective. It's about understanding human behavior on a deeper level. Because when you can read people accurately, you build empathy, communicate better, and protect yourself from manipulation. If you found this video useful, hit that like button and share it with someone who loves psychology and human behavior. And remember, the more you understand people, the more power you have to connect with them authentically. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.